Weeks 5 through 8, upper body push. Now, we did a unilateral bench press the first week. Now we're moving to bilateral. If you remember how you had one side of your body off the bench, you're gonna have your body centered on the bench. Remember how you had to tighten your glutes? Keep that glute tightness in both glutes. Contract everything, keep your core nice and tight, just as we described. And you're gonna do a bilateral dumbbell bench press for the first set. For the second exercise, you're gonna do a plyometric push-up. Plyometric push-up, if you cannot do them, start with a regular push-up. If you cannot do it, if you can do that, you can move on to a plyo push-up where you don't clap at the top. The final progression for a plyometric push-up, if you're advanced enough, is to push up so high you clap your hands and then you fall down on it. And that would be a plyometric push-up. Again, all of these are done for 5 sets, and you want to use those. Those also include your warm-up sets, so you don't have to not count your warm-ups. Next is a kneeling unilateral dumbbell shoulder press. So essentially you get on one knee. The knee that is down is going to be the knee is going to be the side in which you press up. Your other hand stays free, and you simply press up in a kneeling unilateral dumbbell shoulder press, one arm at a time. Next will be a lateral raise, same as week 1 through 4. Again, there's no progression for that. The next exercise will be skull crushers. You want to make sure that you bring your arms almost out, so you want to push out towards the top of your head rather than push up. That keeps constant tension on your triceps. Then we're going to do a side plank. Essentially, you get on one side and you plank. 3 sets of 30 seconds each side, so that's actually 6 total sets. Again, with planks, you don't want to just hold yourself up. You want to constantly tense your body to make sure that you get everything out of that. So, you see a lot of bench press and you see a lot of dumbbell bench press, but I really want to focus on the squeeze and the time under tension. I also want to be able to make sure my core can stabilize my body. That's the whole point of this program. I want to be functional. One way we're going to do that is we're going to do bilateral dumbbell bench press with time under tension. Going to keep one arm in the air at all times and press with the other arm unilaterally. Key is, remember in the progression we did last time, in the last segment, our progression was half your body off the bench. This time your full body's on the bench, but you're still going to have to use stabilization. Plyometric push-ups. Now, I understand not everyone can do a hand clap push-up. So I'm going to show you the 3 variations, the 3 progressions. You're going to hear that a lot in this training philosophy. Progressions. Different methods of going up and increasing the difficulty of the exercise. So the 3 progressions of the plyometric push-up is 1, a straight push-up. Feet back, body in a full plank position, glutes tight, elbows are going to come in, not all the way out, so you're going to come like this. Head straight, down, up. All the way down and up. Notice I'm rotating in, I'm not out here. Come down and up. So that's progression number 1. If you can do those, the next is going to be a simple plyometric push-up. Plyometric push-up simply means you push it so hard, your body comes off the ground. We're not going to clap yet, and I'll explain why later. So here's a plyometric push-up. Same position as the push-up. You come down, up, 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 catch yourself. And you want to absorb it. You don't want to just stop. It's a lot of stress on your joints. So you want to absorb the shock, come back down to your next rep. Third one is a hand clap. The reason we don't start with these, if you miss the clap, you're going to break your nose. That would suck. So hand clap push-up, same starting position. Come down, up, 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 up. Kneeling kettlebell shoulder press. Now this is going to be done in a bell up fashion. What does that mean? Instead of having the kettlebell like this, we're going to have it standing like this. The reason we do this, when you're like this, to raise this arm, this entire side of your core is activated. You're also keeping your body in a linear shape. So my toes straight, this toe straight, everything's on point. Look straight ahead of you. And the key is the mount and the dismount, because we don't want to hit ourselves in the head. Come up here, lock it in place. Balance, 1. This arm can go wherever it works for you. I keep it out a little bit, 2. Neutral grip. where your palm is facing whatever's natural for your body. Sometimes you have to rebalance it. All right, if you don't have kettlebells or you simply don't want to do them, you can use a dumbbell. I don't think it's as effective. You're still getting the core activation. It's just not going to get that activation in the wrist, forearm, arms, and work as many stabilizers in the shoulders, but hey, it is what it is. Take it, mount, push, down, push, boom. You're still getting the core activation, but there's less involved on the balancing part, and let's be real, some gyms, like LA Fitness, most of them, don't have kettlebells. And last thing I would want you to do is miss out on this core workout. Dumbbell lateral raise. This really works the shoulder in an isolated way that nothing else really does. A lot of people just raise it. A lot of people do funny stuff. They'll do this, they'll swing it up. And sometimes I'm not hating on that. If that gets you results, if you feel that that really gets you at the top and you feel it working and you're maximizing force, you're overloading, that's completely fine. But for this, we're just gonna isolate. We're gonna use weight that we can handle, and we're gonna come up. Now, as you can see, unless you're here, your shoulders aren't really doing much. But at the end of the day, I'm not gonna have you start here. So we're gonna start right here or right here. Preference, whatever you wanna do. I like starting here. Come up. Then a slight turn at the top. So think about it like you're pouring a glass of tea. So you got a little tea, boom, you got a little tea. See that little just pouring that little tip of the pinky. I'm not saying exaggerated, but just like that. Look straight ahead, core nice and tight, slight hold at the top, boom, boom. When you twist at the top, it gets a little extra movement right in here, a little extra contraction at the top, and that's what we're going for. Skull crushers. A lot of people come in, they just come straight up. There's nothing wrong with this. Come down their forehead and come up. What happens when you're up here? Triceps aren't really activated like they are in the rest of the movement. So what we're gonna do, have our head hanging partially off the bench. The bar will start here. My triceps are activated even at the very top. When I get the extension at the bottom, the eccentric, activate, it comes out, extends, come up, and even at the top, you have full contraction. When I come up here, everything else takes over from front delt to pec. So I prefer to push out rather than push up for constant tension on the triceps. Come up, okay? You can do false grip, which is thumbs over or thumbs under. Thumbs under are safer. I personally prefer this with the false grip. Out this way, down, push out. One. The side plank, pretty simple. Weight on your elbow, keep your core nice and tight in here, tighten the glutes, come in through here, straight line, each side 30 seconds apiece.